Hello, everyone. So I'm back trying to get a few of these done, although I don't think this will post for a couple of days. There's obviously some information coming in that is going to bring a breakthrough. It's also going to bring an energetic purging here. It says, I release all stagnant energy, clearing my field of anything that no longer serves our highest good. So we'll see what comes out. The information here says, I am connected to the cosmic web of wisdom, discovering knowledge and information in perfect flow and timing. So this is coming in divine timing. And here we have you worship and honor the Most High, winter, and clarity is coming soon. With the breakthrough, it says, I cancel all habits, patterns, and programs that no longer serve my evolution across timelines, dimensions, and generations. So, this information that's coming through is going to reveal some of the programming and the habits and the patterns that have been picked up around that programming that no longer serve our highest good. It's going to bring about some wisdom here, a higher wisdom that helps us to release all this stagnant energy. There's been a lot of people, I feel, who have been feeling stuck, right? Um, and so we'll see what spirit comes out with here. Right away, I have judgment. Oh, wow. Huh. Okay, well, three of them fell out. Do I want to take them all? Um, wow. Yeah, I think so. So, judgment. Um, It's time to take responsibility for past actions and recognize how they've shaped our present, right? So it may be some information coming in huh, that reshapes our entire world, right? Our lives. Um, and it asks us to take responsibility also for the choices that we've made. Obviously, someone here who's in a panic, um, very anxious, very worried, is probably having to take on some heavy judgment here, some responsibility for some of the decisions and the actions that they've taken. And it looks like they know it's coming. Why else would they be worried and anxious about it? But it does bring in rejuvenation. We have this star here, which is hope is renewed after a period of adversity. The future is bright with new possibilities here. You guys know me. We know that says winter. I'm not going to worry about it. And then we also, so we have judgment, you know, being called out of that place of contentment, out of that place of stagnancy, to release those old beliefs, to accept our role in things and to rise above. It's bringing rejuvenation of spirit here. And we also have the Six of Wands, which is triumph. It's recognition and support surrounding your accomplishments and boosting your confidence. So, whatever it is, it's going to be triumphant. It's going to bring success and purging these stagnant energies. Huh. rejuvenation. It's the star. It's bringing healing and recognition and a breakthrough. Someone has made a habit here, obviously, of doing something they shouldn't have been. Yeah. Yeah. Transformation. I just cut the deck. So, something in your life, an identity, a belief, a relationship, a habit, or cycle is ready to die. This is death and rebirth. That's that energetic purging, that clarity is bringing a transformation. I mean, we have judgment, the star, and death and rebirth. So we shall see what comes out. Wow. And the tower was under it. Oh boy. So that's going to bring some radical change. That is definitely going to bring, let's do this. That is going to bring some radical changes to a whole collective. So let's dig in and find out, because that's a lot of major arcana. So this is energy that can't be stopped. It's a successful destruction too. It is a successful destruction of old ways, old beliefs, old behaviors that is going to restore hope in this collective. Let's see. Let's see what kind of shenanigans this anxious one has been up to. What kind of information is coming out, right? Because this is the second reading in a row where I've gotten this energy now. And obviously, Spirit is not done talking about it. Whew. Okay, so we have home safety, security, your private space. Let me see. Sorry about that. I had to pause for a moment. So home safety, some kind of information about safety, security, private safety and security that's in the home, right? It's going to affect the home space. Next to judgment, it's what we do in our private homes, right? In our private spaces. Wow. Setting some fire to some things. I don't know. Could be a house fire. Could be some truth about a house fire. It could be that someone's trying to put out a fire. Let's see. What else do we have being revealed, Spirit? Organized crime. Hmm. Okay, so we have biology, burial, work, and cover up. So something was buried. Either some family buried their crimes here, maybe tried to cover them up. Scientific, chemistry, burial, biology, work, cover up. May have tried burning down some evidence or burning some evidence of their crimes. Could have been around a fire. Evidence of their work. They tried burning evidence of their work. Ooh. Hmm. Mm. The problem is there was a witness. There was a witness. This may be a whistleblower coming out and revealing some things. They may have even harmed someone, right? I mean, this looks like a private residence here. I don't know of anyone that's had a house fire, but that's a burial of work. It may have been a family, like organized crime, like that whole family thing. They're trying to bury the science, the chemistry. Something's not adding up there. A whole cover up. But there was a witness. There was a witness. So let's see what they say about this witness. Oh, fighting, yelling, arguing, screaming out of their minds. Hmm. So we have desiring community and togetherness. What each of us works out personally adds to the whole, doing what we can with what we have where we are now. So, if they're desiring community and togetherness, it's not working out very well. Someone here has witnessed what was done and they're sad about it. They're emotional. It's like burning down someone's house to get them out of the neighborhood, right? A community coming together, a group coming together to bury some sort of scientific, biological, chemical evidence, covering up their work. We'll see. We'll see. Let's see what this is regarding, because this guy is really scared. It's like somebody knows it's coming. Somebody knows. Somebody already has a feeling. Somebody in leadership. Huh. Somebody in leadership who's fearing this change, this transformation. They know that this is going to bring a complete transformation and that they're on their way out. They know and they're afraid of it. I mean, she looks like she's happy, but you've got people over here behind her back that I feel like something's already been discovered. This witness may be talking to other people within this group, right? About this leader. Look how happy she is. And then you've got people back here in the back. They're kind of blurred out, but it gives me this feeling like she thinks everything's cool. But these people are talking about how uncool it is. She's not happy about it. And this is divine intervention. This is the star, right? Is that the star? Yeah. The star and the tower. This is divine intervention coming in. This is spirit coming in and making things right. Possibly for this community, though, if they've been under her leadership, they may have taken part in this whole cover up. And until it damaged someone or caused someone to see what was really going on and it affected them personally, someone who was maybe just looking for a community to belong, someone says each of us works out personally and adds to the whole. Okay, so each person has had some sort of responsibility in this whole cover up. And it looks like somebody here is having a change of heart and they're fighting and yelling and screaming and out of control, out of their minds about it. And it's not going very good. I told you so, a form of control to manipulate and condition others to listen to them in the future, and can often be used by narcissists to assert superiority. This is lessons from the past, someone who constantly corrects others that may have been consistently corrected as a child and believes that highlighting others' mistakes will help them. It could be a narcissistic leader who has kind of twisted things around on people. Like, this is someone who will point out every flaw you have, all in the name of helping you. It's someone who will consistently bring up, I was right. I was right. I did that. I did that. I was right. See, I told you so. I told you so. It's a very domineering energy, but it looks like it's been done in such a way that it has really caused some sadness over here by someone who has witnessed it. And whoever this is, it's like pointing out, it's that blame game. It's the distraction. It's, I told you this, this, and this. See, look over here, look over here, look over here. I told you this, this, and this. It keeps people's attention away from them and their role and their part and their responsibility in it. It's like leading the sheep to slaughter and then turning around and blaming it on the sheep. And then when the sheep find out that they've actually been led to slaughter instead of like the dairy farm, I don't know, they're faced with having to take responsibility and accountability for their own portion and their own actions in the entire thing. And they may have been blindly following this leader because they didn't want to be pointed out. They didn't want to have the finger pointed at them. They didn't want to have their flaws dragged out into the open. They didn't want to be, used as the example, right? Because this kind of person always has an example. They want to make an example out of somebody else. So the attention, the negative attention, or the truth about themselves doesn't come out. It's that distractive energy. And again, this is someone, oh my God, really? Divination, martyr, and criticism. Really? This is someone this is your eternal victim. They will make themselves look like the sacrificial lamb while judging and criticizing others, sacrificing oneself for their practices, for their beliefs, for criticizing, possibly criticizing someone else for their practices and their beliefs. With that burnt house, that kind of reminds me of the witch hunts, right? It's like finding, I don't know, this gives me someone hated on someone or something or did something to someone else, possibly privately, their home. Um, Sacrificing one for the whole, sacrificing one for the many, so that they can remain hidden because they're afraid of changing. And this guy looks like he's had it. He's had it with the victimization. He's had it with the sacrificial lamb over here. I mean, he may even be that sacrificial lamb or was put in the place of it. And it looks like he's thinking back on it, like let's see. Hmm. Teacher, guide, expert, pushing through pain to your purpose, exposing the fake by standing in integrity. Huh. This guy may actually be the witness. that's desiring a community and togetherness, who's pushing through the pain to his purpose, exposing the fake by standing in integrity. Someone of integrity, just by being who they are, is exposing this whole thing. I wonder, ridiculed and dismissed as crazy. You were the one who loved enough to speak a truth they refused to hear or see, and it's all coming back now. This guy might have spoken something. And I mean, you can take it male or female, whoever it was in their masculine energy, wanting to take action, said something, was probably ridiculed and dismissed. Dismissed. You are dismissed. You're crazy. And I feel like whoever this was actually had formed an attachment, an emotional attachment, but what they were seeing, what they were witnessing, made them sad. This is crazy that it would have so many major arcana for real. And I feel that that's a sign that this is a collective transformation. I mean, there's a collective that is going through it right now, an entire group. And some of them may be afraid to come forward because they've seen how this guy, this witness, was treated. Possibly by a teacher or guide. Misusing and abusing their own power, their own light, right? I mean, this is going to restore hope to this collective. That means there's more than one person who actually feels this way. It's just that there's only been one person who stood up and said something about it and obviously was dismissed. And these people here are probably afraid of being treated by the same one, the teacher, the guide, the expert, pushing you through pain, revealing your flaws, maybe even publicly, right, in front of everyone else. I'm trying to help you. I'm helping you by pulling out these things that are so painful and exposing them. I mean, it's like rubbing salt in a wound, an open wound. And I told you so. Lessons from their past. someone who constantly corrects others to make themselves look good. Overgeneralization, assuming future experiences will have the same outcome based on one or few events. Yeah, this community is probably feeling like they're next. They're next. And they may, God, I feel like, how could you be in something like that and not know that what you're doing is not right? Like someone has their moral compass all mixed up. Wow. I can't take all of these. Let's see what else. See this judgment. This judgment. Huh. Wait, gaze, judge, reflect, and they act boldly. This is going to cause some to reflect back on their own part and their own, responsibility for allowing this to happen. This whole group is having to check itself because remember, it's an organization, it's organized crime, burying the evidence of this work. Like some maybe got into it unknowingly, unsuspecting, maybe thinking they were doing right, or and then finding out that they actually helped cover something up later on. I don't know. We'll keep pulling cards here though. We have someone here who decided with a peaceful spirit, a loving heart, and a clear mind that people can still kiss your butt and you're showing them your backside. Like whoever this was that was dismissed, criticized, called crazy, whatever, whoever this was that was intimidated, right? Because this is intimidation, that I told you so, that narcissistic behavior, using intimidation to get what they want, to control another. I mean, intimidation, that's like bullying also. That's threatening people. Wow, isn't it always about money matters? Isn't it? Isn't it always about the freaking greed? But you know what? It's going to bring rejuvenation to this community. Whoever this community is, this information, there's some information that's going to come out that it's going to scare a few, to be honest. And I don't think it's just the leader. I think it's going to cause people to have to check themselves, to go back and look at their own actions and their own behaviors and how they contributed to this whole scheme over here. May even have some feeling very upset and hurt and abandoned or betrayed, I feel. But this whole thing is going to create a breakthrough financially, and it's going to bring rejuvenation to this community. It's going to revive those, I feel, that have been over here, right? That have been ridiculed and dismissed and made to feel small in order for someone else to feel, big and powerful. Let's see. Sometimes I can get a little more detail just by looking at what kind of woundings are are there, um, that this group is going to be experiencing or is going to be triggered in this group, because obviously there's more than one person involved. Oh, wow. So we have some unhealthy coping mechanisms, which will show up as relying on distractions, substances, or behaviors to avoid facing their emotions, their pain, their stress. Um, it often stems from a lack of emotional tools or unresolved trauma, leading to temporary relief but long term harm. So, someone over here has made a habit out of it just so they don't have to look at themselves. And it's created some cognitive dissonance, which will show up as internal conflict or confusion, struggling to reconcile conflicting beliefs or behaviors, often resulting from being taught contradictory messages, leaving you unsure of your own values and beliefs. Whoever this is has really played a mind game on these people. This is someone who is lost in disbelief and confusion, who has God only know what patterns and habits that they resort to kind of relieve that pain, having to distract themselves from actually taking responsibility. This person could very well be an alcoholic or someone here. This, you know, working in the office, we always had these fires to put out, right? Especially when you are up against deadlines, timelines, things like that, sensitive timing issues. I mean, a fire, a house fire, it may not be a literal house fire. It may be that this organized, whatever organization, this group, whatever this is, this leader most likely is having a house fire, like they're having fires to put out, and they deal with it in unhealthy ways. That might even be part of the exposure that they're trying to cover up. But and they're I feel like they've done it before and gotten away with it, right? Because there's an overgeneralization. Like they're assuming that this is going to work out the way that it has in the past. And it's not, or they were assuming it. And now they're finally realizing something has come out, probably with this witness. And now they're realizing that, oh crap, right? They may have even used money to intimidate, you know, if you go, you won't have money. If you stay, I'll give you money. But it's my rules, my way, or the highway type of thing. And if you don't follow those rules, um, it's like you're excommunicated, you're dismissed. Hmm. Yeah. I don't, I don't know who this is. God only knows. I'm getting really tired of these kind of things coming up. I'm not one to really post them. This is the Tempest. Shading the true self. They're hiding their true self. This leader is using money probably as an intimidation tactic. God only knows. They could have bribed someone. I don't know. But they're in total fear. They're not who they say they are. Someone here knows that they're not. And there's a tempest coming, and it is bringing sudden wealth. And I have a feeling it's not going to be for the leader, because this group is fired up, or someone is, over this is humanity. This is just over being a human, right? Um, I mean, they're fired up over the inhumanity of it. Maybe it's this person here actually that's fired up over the inhumanity of everything. Though whatever this is bringing this community some rejuvenation, right? We have rejuvenation for this community. So it looks like to me there is one, more than one. I mean, you might have one over here, right? Who's kind of the outcast, let's say, the one that has been dismissed. But then you have this other community here that is receiving rejuvenation, which means they actually may be fired up over the humanity of it all, right? Or the inhumanity of it all. And this information coming out is going to restore that, because remember, here they were desiring a community of togetherness, right? Where each person felt like they belonged, like they felt like they had something to contribute, until they saw what they were contributing to. And this being around finances, whoever this is that's misleading people and using intimidation tactics, money, finances, I don't know. It doesn't look good. It really doesn't look good over there. Um, let's see. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God. So spirit saying, it's got people questioning what they're good at, you know, it's got people questioning their purpose, their role in it. It's the judging machine. What underlying beliefs make you feel that your judgment is right? Right? So it's like some, maybe this community is upset about this person being dismissed and questioning this leader and asking this leader, what makes you think this is right? Um, this person may use the word should a lot. You should, you should, you should. It's directing the attention again away from them. That's the judging machine. And it is having people question, I mean, the 4 questions about their purpose. Um, we shall see. Edified, because a true community will bring growth, not just external growth to one, but it will bring internal growth to all those who are involved. It's definitely bringing some rejuvenation. People, I feel, are going to be looking for healing. Yeah, for real. There's going to be a lot of self reflection if it's not already going on. Yeah, somebody looking for forgiveness for the games they've played. I don't know that that's going to come so well, so easily. Um, it looks like there's been one that's seriously been hurt, like really sad over it. And I have a feeling there are others. Um, but this is bringing a breakthrough. You know, it's almost like some of us, we woke up, right? And, or we changed. Oh my God, look, the defendant is innocent. I'm indifferent, limits, no compassion, disinterested, neutral. And then the death and rebirth. Like, and of course, wealth is coming. And again, confronting the beast within. But it's like barred entry. This sacred blossom has been barred from entering, or some have been barred from entering a sacred space. But I don't feel like this is a sacred space. That forgiveness not happening. Absolutely not happening. Not happening. Not for this individual. I think people are going to have to go within and find that forgiveness within themselves for the part that they possibly played, for the choices that they made, for the things that they've said or done, or that they have believed around this situation, that they may have directly or indirectly contributed to the burning down of this house, right? This is like burning down someone's private space. Like, I mean, like I said, it doesn't have to be literal, right? I mean, sometimes you can be so angry or whatever it is. I don't know what it would cause someone to say it, but say, I'm going to burn your house down. Well, I, it's like a revenge. It's like it's just a nasty energy. It's a truly the underlying energy. It's almost hateful, and they're trying to cover up their work. They're trying to bury some sort of evidence over here of their crimes, and possibly financial crimes, because we have so many finances that now, once this breakthrough comes in, these finances are freed up, right? Somebody is being found and judged innocent, and somebody is being barred from a sacred community, and it may be this person who's looking for forgiveness for playing these games, who's totally disinterested, like they're numb and dumb about it, and they've been misleading people over here, and there's a tempest coming, and it's going to rock someone's world. Possibly, I'm thinking this leader over here, this I told you so, right? And it's going to bring in a rebirth for this community, where people are going to finally, you know, find their worth. How long that's going to take, I don't know. But I feel like whatever evidence is revealed, it's going to reveal the coping mechanisms that kept people from actually seeing the truth and breaking free from the confines of this structure. This is a bully. This is someone who just, they're going to point the finger at you. They're going to, bring out your flaws. Well, don't look at me because you're this, this, and this. I'm trying to help you. And so many, like I started to say, we've gone through these transformations, transformation after transformation. I mean, it's like wake up call after wake up call, right? Especially since 2020. And people have longed for that place of belonging. They were separated from family and friends. They lost loved ones, they lost jobs, they were, they lost homes. I mean, this kind of thing is going on to this day, where people are being displaced, where people are being pushed out of communities because of their beliefs, because of the way they feel, right? And they finally find a place where they think they're going to have a purpose, where they think they're going to be heard. And then you fall under this leader. I don't know what kind of leader, but someone who has some sort of position of authority, right? Who now it's all, I don't know. This is just a very toxic. It's toxic. No matter which way you look at it, it's toxic. And I mean, I, I, mm, huh. The Wheel of Fortune, again, there's a lot of false light that is being exposed, a lot of hidden agendas that are being exposed, a lot of people who have claimed to be one thing that they are not are being exposed. And unfortunately, people who put their faith and their love and their trust in these leaders are finding out that they were wrong. And that can be a hard thing to take, to feel like you're following your intuition by going into something like this with the expectation of belonging and having a purpose, and finding out that you've been taking part in helping someone burn someone's house down, or in helping I don't know. Like, it doesn't even matter. It's just toxic. It's toxic AF, right? And that's why Spirit's coming in with this breakthrough, and it's going to help people purge a lot of the toxicity that got them into that place. And a lot of those, cognitive dissonant, type behaviors, where they saw things, heard things, and overlooked them. And by doing so, it's like they've created a moral dilemma for themselves. And so they're going to have to face and forgive themselves for their part in things, for not taking action or for taking action that wasn't good. I don't know, but a lot of people are being called to rise above the fray, to come out of these old ways, to come out of this unhealthy coping mechanism, to start acknowledging and accepting their part, their responsibility, and their role in things. And, some people will do that, and some people will not do that. Some people absolutely refuse to do that, right? They will fight and yell and argue and scream until they are out of their minds and everyone else around them is out of their mind, just to keep from having to face that judgment, right? Just to keep from having to rise above, to let go of their old ways. And possibly because their old ways have worked in the past and have gotten them what they wanted. But this is the year number 9. And this is the year where we tie up loose ends and we really do purge those energies that are not for our highest good, right? We're getting rid of those people, those places, those things, those behaviors, those beliefs. They're they're being drawn out into the light. There is no more hiding behind your wealth. There is no more hiding behind your name or your religion. There is no more hiding behind groups of people that, half of them probably pretending to support you because they're afraid of being treated like this and having shit pointed at them and being called out and humiliated in public. And it's all going to come out. It's all going to come out. And Spirit is saying it's going to come out this winter. And you know what I have to say about someone who wants to criticize someone else for their beliefs, right? I mean, for their spiritual beliefs, well, go get your own spiritual belief. You don't have to like mine. But the days of fooling people and pulling the wool over people's eyes, they're over. It's that's why this is divine intervention. That is why the universe is conspiring against those who conspire against others. And it's just absolutely ridiculous. I mean, yeah, information that is coming through this winter, bringing a breakthrough and purging some old energetics that do not belong, that have no place in our life. And I say, hoorah. And anybody that needs help sorting out that mess, take some time out. Take some time out to yourself, right? Cut off all the technology, get everybody's voices out of your head. Go sit in the middle of somewhere with nothing around you until you finally hear that voice within you. And if that voice within you is saying, I want to escape, I want to break free, break free. You wouldn't be the only person, you wouldn't be the first person to walk away from everything that you have ever known and had to start over. And I'm not saying that I feel like that is what is going to take place, but I mean, worst case scenario, forgiveness. I free myself from the weight of resentment, reclaiming my power to live in peace. I have a right to feel the way I feel. I will not judge myself. I am whole. I am worthy. I am complete. I am loved and I am love. That's what you need to believe about yourself. So I hope that helps someone. I don't know what is going on with all of that. I actually don't like these kind of readings. That's why you guys hear from me very rarely, because it's just a lot. Just know that you are in the right place at the right time, and that the divine is coming in on your side, and that you draw wealth from within you, not from without. Um, and, it will get better. It will get better. It absolutely will. It's just, when clarity comes, it exposes everything, good, bad, and ugly. But I thank you for being here. Um, I wish you all love and, my God, healing, because it's going to take some healing to get over that. And if you're in a situation like this and you are the one that was dismissed or excommunicated or barred from entering, and you witnessed something that isn't right, that affects a collective, God, take that time out, go within, find that peace within you, and know that doing the right thing is going to bring a breakthrough for many, and that it is going to clear up a lot of the stagnant energy that was holding people back and keeping them bound. Know that you are beautiful, that you are light, and that you are radiant, and that you are love. And I love you. And I will see you again soon. Peace.